out there on today's stage. It was on the left from Finland, Ari Vatanen, and on the right from France, Luc Alphon. Vatanen was, as always, doing the Scandinavian flick. Vatanen saying he was a little cautious over the bumps, although you'd never guess it. He was lucky at one point to put the car right on its nose. He nearly went over. He landed hard. He hurt his back. He even bent the throttle pedal. And for a few kilometres after that, he had to back off. Not enough corners, he said. Likewise, he said it was a brisk drive, but then there is brisk and there is finish brisk. Vatanen, victor of the stage today, to make it 2 victories on this year's Dakar, together with the stage a few days back. He managed to break away from Luc Alphon, and then Alphon would bring him back. It was a battle between the two. Alphon, the remaining BMW. But what about the overall leader from France, Stéphane Peterhansel? Well, not quite up there in the leadership of the timing sheets, but 5th position on the stage today, a mere 16 minutes back of Vatanen. However, Vatanen not in the overall scheme of things. Peterhansel's got to keep an eye on Hiroshi Matsuoka, who caught him up at one of the passes over the top. But likewise, Vatanen caught the pair of them up. Remember, 2 minutes between each car. Vatanen catching them easily for some 10 or 12 minutes. Down the other side of the path, Vatanen was away. Matsuoka was 6th on the stage today, behind Peterhansel. Therefore, Peterhansel has extended his lead over the Japanese. The Frenchman's lead is now nearly 26 minutes in the greater scheme of things. Vatanen, of course, not battling for the overall lead after problems earlier, and of course sacrificing time for his injured teammate Kenjiro Shinozuka on stage 8. Vatanen in 8th position overall. However, has Peterhansel managed to break Matsuoka when he went so quickly yesterday? Matsuoka has got to fight back, but he's running out of miles. Back then, though, with Luc Alphon. So close again to a stage win. He lost out to Vatanen by a mere 1 minute and 18 seconds. Alphon saying it was a boyhood dream to drive alongside Vatanen through the stages. He said, I've been watching the Dakar since I was young. It's my dream to nearly winning a stage. And he was lucky there to land sideways. Lucky to get through without any punctures. But look at the poise of the BMW, absolutely right. The shock absorbers working perfectly. Back with South Africa's Camille de Villiers. He went quickly through the stage with no problems at all. 3rd position today. He took a wrong turn early on, caught Sousa, but then got caught up in some dust. The last kilometres could have destroyed the car, but it didn't. The strength of the Nissan coming through. What about Carlos Sousa? Sousa in 4th position today. And Mickey Biasion also having a good run in his first Dakar in a car. Sousa's 5th overall. Biasion, of course, in 4th, just a little ahead of him. Jutta Kleinschmidt had a puncture, got stuck in the dunes, had to dig herself out, lost 10 minutes. Christophe Tinso, though, with the 2-wheel drive V8 Pro Truck on board with him. The car, he says, not really best off in the dunes. It's better over the stones and over the rocks. Today, there's not only sand, but it's quick too, so we lose out on the fast parts. As for my co-driver and I, it's our first Dakar, so we're learning every day. No windscreen for the Pro Truck, so it's full visor, full face helmets with an air system. They continued on with the rest of the field. Vatanen at the head of the field, just ahead of Luc Alphonse by 1 minute and 18 seconds. De Villiers brilliantly there in third, Sousa fourth, Peder Hansel only fifth. But he extends his lead over Hiroshi Matsuoka. It's nearly 26 minutes. Fontenay, Biasion and Sousa, Mitsubishi's all the way.
Joo, tää oli toinen päivä, jolla ei ollut mitään ongelmia.
Four-time Dakar winner Ari Vatanen saying we were very, very quick all the way through the stage. We were with Luc Alphonse, and when we overtook him, we jumped very hard, and soon after, for a few seconds, we couldn't breathe. But we recovered quickly. But in the middle of the jump, my foot was on the pedal, the throttle pedal, and I bent it because we landed so heavily. After that, we were more prudent. We throttled off, but this was one of the most interesting stages since the beginning of the entire rally. And there you can see that throttle pedal bent against the bulkhead. Carlos Sousa, this has been a good Dakar to me. We've gone through many extraordinary landscapes, but we don't even have time to look at them. The dunes are broken on the other side, so when they're very high, sometimes we go over the top of them, we see the helicopter actually below us, and it's particularly impressive. Hubert Auriol has been a star of every Dakar since 1979. He's always spent January in Africa. Auriol was 26 years old when he started in 79, and riding his Yamaha, he finished 7th overall. But it was with his BMW and his famous number 100 that he is most remembered for. Leader of the rally in 1980 before being disqualified, he went on to win in 1981 after 3 stage victories. Forced to withdraw in 82, Auriol was close to missing the 83 Dakar because of a fractured arm. But feeling better just before the start, he went on to win 4 stages, arriving in Dakar to win for the second time in 3 years. The following year, Auriol finished second before joining the Kajiva squad in 1985. His first 2 years there were difficult, with an 8th and a retirement. But in 87, he won 4 stages, and the battle with Honda's Cyril Neveu was fantastic. Auriol had a 10-minute lead right up to the penultimate stage, but the rally was to bite back as he completed that particular one in great pain. He arrived at the finish with 2 suspected broken ankles. He said to the doctors, "I'm stopping bikes, that's all I have to say." So Auriol stopped riding, but in 88 he switched to 4 wheels, and for 3 years he drove buggies, alone, but without great success. It was all change in 91, and Lada, with whom he won 2 stages en route to 5th overall. In 92, he was part of the Mitsubishi squad for the Paris-Cape Town. He won 3 stages early on to establish a healthy lead. It all went wrong in Cameroon. He had a big scare when he lost 16 minutes, but he reached Cape Town with a slim victory lead of just under 5 minutes over Erwin Weber. In doing so, Auriol was victorious for the first time on 2 and 4 wheels.
C'est un grand moment parce qu'on connaissait
au départ du Dakar, on revoit le premier Dakar quand c'était la folie d'avoir aujourd'hui à l'arrivée. Il n'y a pas de mots, c'est génial, c'est vraiment grand. Auriol then teamed up with Citroën and finished 3rd in 93 and then 2nd in 94 as his last competitive event. Then in 95, the one they called the African became boss of the entire Dakar rally. And since then he's been in charge of the events, but after 9 years at the helm, no one has ever doubted his leadership.
Nous avons été amenés à prendre une décision unique dans